Let's touch on the second semifinal game of the day that happening between Clemson and Ohio State. That's going to mark the team's fourth meeting in the last 7 years and the third time in a college football playoff game. Clemson has won all 4 outings and remain the favorites today. Ryan, can you make a case for Ohio State to beat Clemson today?
You can make a case, but that case is solely rest on the shoulders of Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a guy coming into this season, especially somebody like me who met him in high school and saw Trevor Lawrence in high school as well. I thought that it was an extremely close race to say who the best quarterback in this draft would be. That hasn't been the season that Justin Fields has had. That wasn't the type of season he had when he was playing against Indiana. That wasn't the type of game that he had when he was playing against Northwestern and Ohio State, and Ryan Day had to move to handing the football off to the tune of over 350 yards rushing. Justin Fields has to step up and be the dude we saw last year, the dude that accounted for 50 touchdowns and only 1 interception in the regular season. The guy who coming into this year was the odds-on favorite to be at least the second quarterback picked overall, but had an opportunity to challenge Trevor Lawrence for the top spot, who's now moved behind Zach Wilson of BYU on Todd McShay's big board. Justin Fields has to step up. Justin Fields and these wide receivers need to be on the same page. He needs to use his legs. They have to be zone reads, zone options, RPOs. You have to do all the things that made this dude special before this season. But he has to step up more than anything. I know for sure that he remembers jumping up 16-0 on Clemson last year. I know he remembers his wide receiver breaking off of his route and him throwing his second interception to seal the game. He's heard the talk. He knows the things that are going on around him right now. He knows that his draft stock is falling. What better time? What better team? What better opposing quarterback than Trevor Lawrence, than Clemson, and in the college football playoff for Justin Fields to step up? But if he isn't a Heisman-like player, if he isn't an MVP-like player, then Ohio State can't win this game. They can't just turn around and hand it off all game, and they're not going to play great enough defense to stop the golden boy Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, who, by the way, is right here from the boot. Why is he not at LSU? So when you look at the matchup on paper of what we've seen this year, Clemson is by far the better team. But the Ohio State Buckeyes have the wild card, and he's played quarterback and played at a high level before.
Yeah, they ran for like one running back for 300 yards against Northwestern, but that ain't who you're playing this week. You're going to have to throw the ball to be able to beat Clemson. And you're right, Justin Fields is going to have to play even better than he would have had to play last year to win, because this team is not as good as that team last year, particularly on defense. They lost 2 guys in the first round. Chase Young and Jeff Okudah are gone off that defense. They are not going to be able to hold Trevor Lawrence. Not that they held him in check last year, but they're not going to be able to hold him in check this year. So I think that it's going to fall a lot on what Ryan Day can cook up from a game plan standpoint, and can Justin Fields just play above himself. And we've seen great players do this, and many times in those big moments, they play even better than they thought they were capable of. He's going to have to do that because the pressure is going to be on him. They're not going to be able to push them around up front like they're Northwestern and just run the ball. He's going to have to make some big plays, find the one-on-one matchups, and he's going to have to get lucky. Like that interception that you talked about, it was miscommunication. He thought the receiver was going to keep going. The receiver thought he assumed he was going to sit it down. You can't have those type of mistakes. You need those mistakes on the other side of the ball, and you're going to need to use all the tools you have, from running and passing from the quarterback position, to put threat on that defense from Clemson. So I think that the chances are slim. I'm probably betting on Clemson, but there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Lloyd Christmas. So you're saying there's a chance. When you look at when you look at this college football playoff, right? This is one of those years where it could have went anyway. So coming into Selection Sunday, people were talking about Texas A&M. They were talking about Notre Dame. Ohio State was the team that seemed to get in off of reputation. Ohio State was the team that seemed to get in because they had just been pushing for them to be there all year. Oh, Big Ten, you got to play a certain amount of games. Well, Ohio State didn't play a certain amount of games, so we're going to change the rules, right? The NCAA, they just saying things like Ohio State looks better. That's a lie. They didn't look better. And so now here is their opportunity. Here's your opportunity to get on the practice field, understand the things that are surrounding you, understand the fact that you might be in here on reputation, and now it's time to show out. You got nothing to lose, and that's how Justin Fields has to play, like he has nothing to lose.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.